Alright, so I wanted to do a quick video showing you all my Shout Factory stuff. Might do a video showing my Mill Creek stuff. We're not going to do my DVD stuff because I just don't feel like my DVD Shout Factory stuff is that interesting. And, it's like, I'm looking at it right now, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DVDs. And again, it's not that interesting. So we're going to start with the box sets. We're going to do the box sets. Because I actually have them all organized together right now. I'm staring at them all right now. So let's start with Farscape, the complete series. This is a great box set. It has it has over 38 commentaries on the episodes, tons of special features. It's got all 4 seasons in it on Blu-ray. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got the Peacekeeper Wars. That was like a mini series that they made to like wrap up the series. Um, this is a really cool show. I'll be honest. The reason you will see that I don't have a massive Shout Factory collection is because a lot of their stuff is way too fucking expensive, and this was an example of that. This is an 88 episode show on Blu-ray. Okay, only 88 episodes, not even 100 episodes. Guess the price. $100. Okay, see it, for about 100 episodes, maybe. But should be at least 80, I would say. 130. This was a Christmas gift that I for myself. I got Christmas money, so I bought that for me one year. But man, some of these box sets, it's just like, why? Um, but the rest of these box sets, I will say, I did actually get at a pretty reasonable deal, except for one of them that we'll get into at the end, well, towards the end of this. The Fly. This is a cool set. This is probably going to be mega expensive soon. If you do not have these, and if I don't know for certain they're in print, you can check. If you do not have the Omen and the Fly collections, these will get very expensive. I will tell you that, because these are both 20th Century Fox owned properties. Actually, the Omen actually had a new movie called The First Omen, which was a prequel a couple years back. It's not included in the set because this came out before that. This is a nice set. It has The First Omen on Blu-ray, which I think is the first time that it had ever been on Blu-ray. Not really sure. Omen 2, Omen Final Conflict, The Omen 4 and 5. Well, you have the remake in here. So, this is a nice set. I really just have this for the first one. It was $30, so about what price you'd probably pay for the first one. And it's cool to have them all in one set. It's a gorgeous looking set. Love the artwork on this. But Disney's not gonna do these in 4K. I know there's a lot of people who will eat up an Omen 4K Blu-ray, especially now that Richard Donner's no longer with us. But it's just never gonna happen. It's just never gonna happen. I mean, I would love to be proven wrong, but it's just never gonna happen. So that's cool. The Fly, I'd love to see 4Ks of all the original Fly with Vincent Price, which is the best one, by the way. The Fly 2, or Curse of the Fly is pretty good. Or we definitely should get a 4K of Jeff Goldblum's The Fly, but it'll never happen. I just don't see it. So yeah, I can see these getting very expensive. These are probably the last stop for these on Blu-ray, but seems like they've had a lot of stock of these for a while, just because they are, nice box sets. And so I think this was my first Shout Factory box set right here, the Critters box set, because I think it was like $30, and this was kind of. These are really good gateway horror movies where. At least the first one is. Second one is a little bit more campy and silly, so I don't know. But these are kind of like Gremlins knockoffs, even though I think the first one came out. Well, it came out after Gremlins, but it's kind of its own thing. But they are kind of Gremlins knockoffs. There's a fifth one that's not in this set, but that came out years later. These are, it's got all 4 in them. It's got reversible artwork. But $30 for all 3 movies. I was like, fuck yeah. But these are great gateway horror movies. I was a teenager trying to get into more horror stuff because I'd just seen John Carpenter's Halloween for the first time. And I I used to be afraid of horror movies because, as a person who was raised religious by somewhat fanatical parents, I don't want to say they're fully fanatical, but they're enough that it was a thing. I was just afraid to watch anything because I spent my whole life being lied to that every horror movie was just violence and nothing more to it. They didn't really understand. It's not like they would sit there and explain that, oh, this is a movie about these complicated themes, like The Exorcist, it has all these themes to it and things like that. Um, John Carpenter's Halloween even has its own kind of things to it. But regardless, so this was a fun one that I was able to sneak through because they're all PG-13. They're very fun movies. So, The Ring 4K box set. I actually like having all these in one set. I know a lot of people were not happy with this set because a lot of people only like the first Ring movie. I agree. I only like the first Ring movie, but there's just something nice about having it all in one set. It's a gorgeous looking set. You get the Ring, the Ring 2, and then the Rings, which I always thought there was more than that, but because I did not watch these movies when they came out. I could watch these years later after the kind of big thing of the Ring was gone and done with. It wasn't really a thing anymore. So I don't know, but I've always had a thing for these. Really enjoyed the first one. Now you can get it by itself by Paramount, not Shout Factory. But I don't know. The only thing I don't like about this set, if you can see here, I'm struggling to get it out. It's really tight in there, but I don't pull them out that often, so I'm not too stressed about it. It's a nice looking box set. I like the Ring movies. I think this was like $70 when it came out, which is a little pricey, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, Shout Factory stuff is way too damn pricey. This one is out of print, and I think this one goes for a little bit of money now. This is the JFK box set. I don't know how much money this goes for because you can still get this 4K, but it's in a smaller, more condensed version. This one's cool because all the cases match up, and you get the red, white, and blue of like America. Like the flag. But it's got the 4K of the director's cut, and you got the Blu-ray in the first case here, right? Second case is sorry, that's the third one. My bad. This middle one is just the Blu-ray theatrical cut. Because for whatever reason, they only did the director's cut in 4K, which I know is largely seen as better, but it's like, geez Louise, why can't we have both in 4K? If you're gonna spend all that money remastering it, like, why not do both? I don't know, but they didn't. So this was an expensive set. I think it was like $50 almost when I bought it. So again, talking about Shout Factory and their overpricing. I love this set though. Very cool. I do not like that this is in the Shout Select line, because how am I going to put this with my standalone Blu-ray cases like this next to this? I feel like box sets should not fall into that. It's very weird. I don't like that, but it's a nice set. This is a really expensive set. It's out of print. Gravity Falls. This is out of print. Disney will never reprint this. And it's a miracle that we even got this on Blu-ray. And it's got all 2 seasons in there. All the shorts as well. Everything you want from the show is in this set. And it's amazing to have. If you're a Gravity Falls fan, oh my god, you gotta get this. But it's out of print, so good luck on that. It was $70 when it came out. I don't even want to know what it goes for now, but I know it's a lot. We got Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Trilogy set. I was really glad that when they did the Bill and Ted first one on 4K, Excellent Adventure, I didn't buy it because I kind of was like, why is there no second one? I know they put out the second one on 4K. Didn't think we'd get the third one. But no, they eventually did get the rights to all of them. And we got a nice 4K trilogy set. So, I went to upgrade all of them. It's a gorgeous looking box set. Lots of special features. Get their own individual cases. Very cool. It's always nice when you get a nice box set where all the movies have individual cases. As much as I enjoy, releases where they can put them all in one big case and make it work. It's also nice to have the opposite. This is probably the lamest box that I have here. The Halloween 4K 1995 2002. These were all the Miramax movies. So, you got Curse of Michael Myers, you got H2O, and Halloween Resurrection. I don't really need to say too much about them. It was really lame that they could only put these in a set. So I can't even put these with the rest of my Halloween movies. But I don't know. I really hope Shout Factory gets the rights to do the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. Because those are the only ones we don't have on 4K. And if they did the newer trilogy in 4K, even though they'd probably just be reprints, the old disc. Because those are newer movies. I would probably still buy them. Because I just want to have all the Halloween movies matching in my collection. But, yeah, I do love me some Halloween. I got the Holdovers on 4K. This is a great movie. This is my favorite modern Christmas movie. One of my favorite, probably top 3 best Christmas movies ever. Yeah, I love that movie. And I was really upset when Universal only did the Blu-ray, and I bought the Blu-ray, and that was a mistake because they did the 4K later. But I'm glad they did because it's a gorgeous looking movie. No reason it should not have been in 4K. We got a pair of Weird Al movies. You got UHF on Blu-ray, which is not a movie I'd ever, 4K I meant to say. It was not a movie I ever thought would come to 4K. I had the Blu-ray this. Never thought I'd see it in 4K. So happy it is. This is a great, great, great cult movie that's weird and wacky, bizarre. If you're a big Al fan, you definitely got to check that out. Of course, amazing that we got the Roku original Weird Al biopic movie. Streaming movie in a 4K Blu-ray. It's amazing. Always when that happens, and that's a great movie. And I actually just recently rewatched that. Riddick on a 4K. Very upset by this release because Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick were put on 4K by Arrow Video. So I kind of thought, well, they're all done by the same studio. Inevitably, we will get a Riddick 4K release from them, right? Nope, Shout Factory did it, and it doesn't match my other releases. That fucking sucks. But I'm happy it's on 4K at least, so I have all my Riddick movies on 4K, and I hope they do another one of those. Which they probably will not. Vin Diesel is something else. I don't know. Dads of the Wolves. This is a Blu-ray Steelbook. I think the Steelbook's actually out of print, because I know it was numbered. But it seemed like, not a top seller, so it didn't take forever to sell out. But who knows? So you might still be able to find this. I really hope they do a 4K of this movie. I love this movie. Enough said. Point Break. This is a gorgeous looking 4K Steelbook. And I think I found this somewhere for like $20. And that was the right price because, yeah. To be honest, I haven't seen this movie the whole way through. I've only seen like bits and pieces. I need to watch the whole movie the whole way through, but waiting for the right day for that. Okay, let's get into the rest of these. We got Transformers the movie on 4K. This is the 80s one. Super fun movie. I think they're actually going to play it in theaters this year because movie turns 35 this year, and so that will be cool. I will definitely try to do that. I'm sure it will be through Fathom events because I know they've done a few Transformers events. G.I. Joe, the movie. 80s G.I. Joe movie. Fun right there. Love that. 90s Captain America movie, which I wish I bought this when it was like $12 because it went out of print and I bought it off of eBay for way more than that. It wasn't super expensive, but it was more expensive than I wanted to pay, and we will probably never get that reprint. I also hope we get the 70s Captain America ones on Blu-ray, but don't look like that's ever happening considering that's out of print. Pee-wee's Playhouse on Blu-ray. This was actually out of print for a while, and then Shout was able to get the rights back and reprint it, so that was pretty great. And it went down to like $40, and $40 for 45 episodes and a few specials. It's pretty cool. Love Pee-wee's Playhouse. Wallace and Gromit in 4K. This was a horrible release because essentially Wallace and Gromit was on Blu-ray for a long time, went out of print from Lionsgate. So Shout Factory got the rights reprinted on Blu-ray. Then that same year in December, they announced a $100 box set that was made out of the cheapest fucking cardboard you ever seen. I didn't buy it because it was just too expensive. Because these are like 30 to 45 minute shorts, and there's only like 4 of them on here. $100, that's fucking crazy. And everyone said the 4K remaster sucked. Then a cheaper version came out, and I said, fuck it, I'll buy it, because even if the rumors are true that the 4K remasters aren't good, the Blu-ray disc is in here, and so I just went ahead and upgraded. 4Ks are not that great. They seem to be lacking a little bit, but it's fine. Blu-ray's in there. That's all that matters. So I'm happy with it. Wish it was better, though. Shaun the Sheep, the complete series. Expect reviews for Shaun the Sheep coming September, because we have that new, or probably August at this point, new Shaun the Sheep movie on the way. Very excited about that. So, yeah. And then we got Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon on Blu-ray. So that's pretty cool. Which is great, because this was on Netflix. So we got that away from Netflix. Hopefully we get the new Wallace and Gromit movie off of Netflix's platform and onto Blu-ray as well, and hopefully Chicken Run 2. I will buy both of those day one if that happens. Ted on 4K. You know, I wasn't going to buy this because I was kind of upset that they didn't do Ted 1 and 2 in a 4K double pack. There was kind of not really a reason not to. I'm sure they will do Ted 2 on 4K, but with Ted season 2 coming out this year, I just went and bought it. And when I've seen these movies many times, I laugh my ass off every time. When I finally saw this movie in 4K, man, this movie looks amazing in 4K. It is so much better than that old Universal Blu-ray. If you do not have this, I recommend it. I really hope they do Ted 2 in 4K, which I think they will, because I think it's like a Bill and Ted situation where they did one, but then they'll do the other ones later, which I'm not a big fan of, but you know. Okay. We got the Leica movies on 4K. These are really cool because Leica movies were all put out by Universal on their original releases. They all went out of print and got really pricey. Like, I remember trying to buy Box Trolls and realized it was out of print. It was selling for like $100. But they all got reprinted in beautiful 4K steelbooks. You got Coraline. I mean, look at this artwork. Amazing stuff. Got this from my coworker for Christmas. That was really cool. Paranorman. Beautiful, gorgeous looking steelbook. Box Trolls. I mean, wow. Woo! Gorgeous looking steelbook. For a movie that's not that good. And then you got Kubo and Two Strings. The only one that's not in this set of their movies that they did was Missing Link. That is held up with 20th Century Fox, unfortunately. And so we will, who knows if we'll ever get that. That's a whole mess. But hopefully we do. Plague Dogs. I have not seen this movie. Reason why is this is by the author of Watership Down, and I've been meaning to check this out. I think this went down to a really cheap price, so I went and bought it. But I've really been dying to see this movie. But this movie is about dogs who were in a testing lab where they test on animals, being really abused and then escaping, and tragedy happens. So it sounds like a horrible watch, but I've heard it's great and I need to watch that. When Harry Met Sally, how do we not have this on 4K? I don't know, but I absolutely love this movie. Also, I love it. On the back it says, scan from original 4K negative. No excuse, the 4K remaster's done. Put it out. Put the shit out. Okay. Now we're going to go through my last little bit of shelf select titles, and we'll get into my Scream Factory stuff. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, fun Michael Keaton, or sorry, Michael Caine, not Michael Keaton, and Steve Martin movie. You know, not one of my favorites, but it's a fun one. Legally Blonde 1 and 2. This is probably the cheapest Shout Factory Blu-ray you can find out there. At least one of the cheapest anyways. Because you get 2 movies in here for $10. And there's supposed to be a new Legally Blonde show coming out. So, reviews for these coming possibly soon. I don't know. Nutty Professor 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. I don't know. I just like Eddie Murphy, and he's just fun movies. What do you want from me? Chuck Berry. This is a great documentary about the legend Chuck Berry. Some live performances in there. Who doesn't love Chuck Berry? Richard Pryor, Brewster's Millions. That's a pretty good movie. It's fun comedy. Who doesn't love Richard Pryor? Twins. Kind of debating if I should get rid of this because it's a movie I always kind of liked, and then I recently rewatched it, and I'm like, oh, that movie does not hold up very well. That movie's kind of bad, actually. I might actually get rid of that. Explorers. This is a Richard Dante movie that I kind of have some fun with. It's got 2 different cuts on it, and it was very cool that they finally put this out on Blu-ray, because for a while this was stuck on DVD only. Platoon on 4K. I mean, classic Oliver Stone movie. Very hard watch, but very good one. And, you know, if America's going to continue to get into useless wars that we have no business being in, maybe we should remind people by rewatching movies like this. That was my political rant of the video. Magnificent Seven, of course, Western classic. I don't know why this 4K doesn't get talked about enough. It's great. Pick of Destiny. Found this $10 at Walmart a while back. I did not buy it at Walmart. Pre-ordered this when it came out. But if you don't have it, check Walmart.com. See if you can order it. Or try to find it in the store. Because that's crazy. I love this movie. So, love Tenacious D. Death to Smoochie. Wild, insane movie. Not going to say much more than that. Tommy on 4K. This is the Oliver, not Oliver. This is the band rock over opera about the Who. I don't know why I was about to say it's an Oliver Stone movie. Maybe it's because you know what it is. I'm thinking of the Doors movie. The Place Behind the Pines. Great Ryan Gosling movie. Love that movie. I will say it's always disappointing when Shout Factory gets the rights to movies like this, because they have the rights to a movie like this, usually $20 to $30, or $25 to $30, maybe more. And you know, if Universal, who owns this, put this out, probably would have only been like $20, and then you could gotten it even lower than that. But I don't know. I'm happy I have it. Halloween 1 through 4. This one, the original, doesn't have the hard box anymore. 2 came with the hard box, oddly. Same thing with 3. 4 didn't, and neither did 5 here, but I got all 5 of them, so that's all that matters. I wasn't too, like, crazy about the hard boxes, but it is a little like, oh, damn it, I didn't get them, but honestly, I barely even notice when I look at them on the shelf. I got all the Child's Play movies on 4K. So, do I need to go through them all? I don't think I do. I mean, you know, you can read them. Here they are. You got all the original. Well, I'll do it real quick. Child's Play 1. 2, the second one, is the best one. 3 is where the franchise kind of started to feel like, okay, Bride of Chucky, kind of come back to the franchise. Seed of Chucky, yikes. Cult of Chucky. Curse of Chucky. And then you got the remake here, which I actually haven't watched in a long time, so you know, I think they're doing a new Chucky movie. I want to do some update reviews of those eventually, but The Craft, It's a movie that I did not like as much as everybody else, but it was a fun movie. Prince of Darkness, fun John Carpenter movie. I actually really need to go back and get every John Carpenter movie Scream Factory's put out in 4K, but I just haven't done it yet. The Howling. Deathstalkers 1 and 2 on 4K, and then you got the newest Deathstalkers, which I actually really enjoyed. By the way, I don't really like that they're doing a steelbook of these 3 movies together, calling it the trilogy set, and they're saying it's 4K, but these are only 4Ks. This is just on Blu-ray in there, from what I understand. I'm not certain, because I don't think it's come out yet, but I think that's the case, and that's a little shitty to say to your audience. Also, it's like, why is it not in 4K? It's a modern movie. 4K is the way it was made. Hush on 4K. Krampus. I thought that movie would be way more entertaining than it was, but it's okay. RoboCop 2. I still don't understand why we don't have RoboCop 1 yet, or not RoboCop 1, RoboCop 3. Like, I don't know why they jumped straight to the remake, which is okay, but I actually like that movie a lot more than I remember. I remember liking it a lot more, and then I rewatched it, and I was like, not as good as I remember. Candyman, which is great. Candyman 2, which is but you know, I have it. Evil Dead the remake. Army of Darkness. I'm kind of debating if I do some updated Evil Dead reviews before the new one comes out. I know I did them before Evil Dead Rise, but I kind of feel like I could improve upon those videos, but I don't think I will, because I think I said enough. Those old reviews. Black Christmas. Great slasher movie. Very underrated slasher movie, I might add. And sorry, I dropped a bunch of these. I'm trying to pick them up. Wouldn't be me if I wouldn't be dropping shit. Almost done. Silent Night, Deadly Night. You know, I enjoy these and Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 a lot. So there you go. Alligator 1 and 2, very fun movies. Return of the Living Dead. I bought this. Have not seen this movie. I bought it to do a video on when the remake was supposed to come out. And now, who knows if we'll ever see that remake. But here we are. So, okay. Can remove these Kino logo tiles from the top. Let me know if you want to see a Kino video, because I might do that one. I don't have a lot of Kinos, but I could do. That's why I wouldn't mind doing it, because it'd be a really short video to make, unlike this one. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like this movie quite a bit. So you know, My Bloody Valentine, bought this to watch during Valentine's Day. Guess what? Didn't end up watching on Valentine's Day, so I still need to see that movie. They Live. Classic John Carpenter. One of my favorite movies. Drag Me to Hell. One of my favorite Sam Raimi movies right there. Awesome movie. Monsters Go Home, which is a really fun, like, movie that they did after the show ended. Silent Hill. Movie that I actually liked way more than I thought it would. Little Nicky. Found this $10 at Walmart. I haven't watched this yet. Kind of dreading doing that. Idle Hands. This one I bought because they were doing a remake, and I haven't seen it. Seems like a movie I really enjoy, though, so I found it a good deal and I bought it. Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. Yeah, I mean, this is a great movie. This is probably my favorite John Carpenter movie, to be honest. Maybe The Thing. I don't know. They Live's up there. Halloween. I can't pick. Love this movie, though. And dying for this to get a 4K. But that little dumbass logo right there, that 20th Century Fox logo that's owned by Disney, we can't have it. So, let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.